So this is bridge, neck, and bows. Obviously the bridge will sound like the bridge. It'll be kind of twangy. Neck. And when I do these faders, I'm actually, this is the feed into the reamp box. So, whoop. So this is actually the real feed. This is not a track or a microphone or something. Here's the neck, bridge, and both. So I can kind of feather the input of the amp. I can distort it more, I can distort it less. And right now I'm just going straight there.
Death and life, your seeds like dormant in a casket. Bricks that meant they came and tried. Tell me, it's like that slippers on your toes. I don't know, but
I just added a compressor here. It's probably going at 7 dB or so. 20 to 1, pretty aggressive stuff, but I'm just trying to really slam the amp here. So yeah, I'm just having fun with this. This is not really...
you had me right at midnight. Now you got someplace.
This is not really a right guitar amp for what I want to use it for. So I'm going to go in and plug in an old Gretsch, kind of a pawn shop Frankenstein Gretsch 6150. Yeah, that's the right one, 6150. It's like the Gretsch version of the Fender Champ. So I'm going to go ahead, the track's still, well, it's not actually still playing. I need to get it going. So I get it going here, and then I plug it in there. And then I turn up the volume there. I don't really blindly send a signal to it. So the signal's going. Change the speaker on this one. That was this one, now it's this one. into this TB12 here in the cleanest setting. I'm going to bump it up a notch here, and I'm going to emulate more of the WA12s, which are the more 312 flavor, API flavor. And then I'm also going to push the gain some. What I can do is feather the output of the compressor and really determine how much the amp is breaking up on the beginning of that preamp stage. I'd have to study the circuits of these amps to know whether it's the same thing as turning up the gain. I don't think so. I usually think of that gain on the amp as a lot of more of the output. And this more of the preamp stage, whatever the signal is going into it. So this was kind of acting as like a preamp pedal, a distortion pedal, something that has got a lot of gain going into an amp. It's literally the same thing. It just looks a little different because we're using rat gear. So just gonna play around here. Playing around with compressing it so that it stays in that really narrow sweet spot. I think the amp's a little hot. I'm gonna go down and turn it. I'm gonna go in there and turn it down a little bit so I can find kind of a overdriven sound, not completely crushed sound. That's what I'm kind of trying to experiment with. Yeah, so that was at like 80%, and beyond about, 75%, a lot of these amps, they crush, and then they just keep crushing, and they don't really get any louder, they just get dirtier, and they kind of cave in a little bit. Some of them can do it really cool, like the Dynalectro can do it really cool. This one's a really special amp, and it looks like crap, but it's a really special amp. Yeah, so that lets me sit right in that zone where it's just distorted, but it's not like completely crushed like a Black Keys kind of deal. What I'm doing, well, there's a few things. I'm trying to gain stage into the compressor to get me enough volume, which I do. I'm at about 230 here, so I have plenty of room right on the dial. But then going out, I'm really overdriving the amp in a hurry, so I'm having to really almost turn it all the way down, and I don't have a whole lot of resolution on the dial here. That's why I turned the amp down in there to kind of ease that transition, I guess, or ease that difference there. And then on the microphone side, I have it attenuated down, and I have it driven here. And so you can see in this meter that it's above unity within the preamp itself. And then I'm actually attenuating it down so that it doesn't clip the input, which is right here. So you can kind of see what the preamp is getting with its gain, and then you can see what my digital input is getting with its input. And of course you have this here, which is the reduction. I can set it to the output there, if you want to see that. And I don't know if the camera really can see it, I'm sorry, but yeah, this will be displaying the meter for its output here. So now I have it. The amp actually brightened up when I turned it down, which was an interesting character of the amp. I didn't know that it quite did that. But I have it fairly compressed, that I'm controlling the level that's going into that amp via this knob here, the output. And then coming in, we have it driven fairly hard, so we actually have it, there is still distortion in the signal, even though it's not all coming from the amp. Let's put it that way. And then, if you notice right here, channel 9 is my actual input into the DAW. So that's really this kind of guitar tone. I'm just kind of playing around with it, learning my amps, learning the preamps, learning the levels. This was a big change for me to learn this stuff and really how it kind of corresponds with the equipment that I'm used to here. We've been at about -10 from unity, and at the loudest there we hit about -5 from Unity. So we're below line level, but then that the reamp box actually converts it and attenuates it down. So this would simulate a decently hot set of pickups. Not quite as loud as maybe a metal set of pickups, but decently hot. So this is a clean setting here. You can see this is not quite overdriven beyond Unity, which is the fourth one up. And you can see the input. I have no attenuation. I just turned the input down, less coloration. Try something else. This amp smells like dog piss. Every one of Flint's amps smells like dog piss. Including his guitars, actually. And what it is, when you heat up an amp, all the smells that it carried with it come out. Cigar smoke or whatever. Okay. No compression right now. Yeah, this is basically a big brother to the one I just had. This is a Gretsch 6156 or something like that. Little combo. You could say Zeppelin-like tones, I guess. I'll leave that the same. But I'm just going to go back in there and play with the tone a little bit. So yeah, that would be the ballsy move right there, is to go with the bridge pickup. Really like in one zone, in one register of what the guitar can do. But yeah, this is pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, right now I'll have to pretty much shut the camera off, keep filming, because I have to stop doing what I'm doing to film this segment. But I just wanted to show you kind of my process and show you kind of what it's like. It's noisy, it's fun, it's loud. There's lots of getting up, running back, back and forth and stuff. So it's a very active kind of thing. It's not just sitting at the computer clicking with a mouse kind of deal, but it's like, running around, setting stuff up, plugging stuff in. A lot of fun. So hope you enjoyed this. This was just kind of a fly on the wall for you guys, just to just kind of soak it in. Nothing scripted or anything like that. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next video. I'll see you soon.